Right, hi guys. I bloody pressed a bloody button, didn't I? So we're gonna have to do this in two halves. So we got to Christmas dinner with Sally.
Meeting the family.
Meeting the family.
Yeah.
Right. So
And they made
kick
him,
off.
feel fitted in.
Yeah.
And we mentioned to my dad about this, what the council were doing.
Yeah.
And my dad says, "Are you crazy? Snap it up.
Yeah. Come on.
You can get a property in Sheffield for 25 grand.
Yeah.
And and buy it outright."
Yeah. That's very shocked me. That's not brilliant.
Yeah.
And that's what, because they wanted this property back.
Yeah, they wanted the flat in London, you know what I mean?
Wow. Oh, mad.
Yeah. And so, at that point, I'd not been working for a while, and so it seemed a good idea. But because we always said with money, if we ever had anything, it would always be ours. So we got the house, we paid for it outright.
Yeah.
I got some money in this savings, what I got when I was about 21.
Right.
And I paid solicitors' fees.
Yeah.
Just things like that.
Yeah.
And I think actually we chose the house and he didn't even see it. That's how much his heart was in it.
Right. Okay.
And it took me a while to realise we moved in.
Yeah.
And a letter came, something, to do with the house, and it was just in my partner's name.
Yeah.
And I got a little bit upset.
Well, you would.
And he said, "I'm not going to put your name on, because what if you decide, you meet somebody else and you take off of the house?"
That's
really
like
hurt
what he
me.
would do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah,
When
'cause
people
that
do,
never
when
crossed
people
my
do
mind.
that, it's reflection.
Yeah, that never crossed my mind, Vicky.
Yeah.
Because I would have gone and left him,
Yeah.
And
Just took the black bag, so to
that's
speak,
it. Took my dog and me,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that'd have been it. And
Yeah.
it really shocked me.
Yeah. It would me. Yeah.
And my family's wanting to help me do the house up,
Yeah.
put money into it.
And you're thinking,
It's
don't,
using my
because
mum and dad now, so,
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
So did you all sort of live there when you had your son, and we're calling Lee, when he was born?
I did,
In
but
fact, sorry, I want to ask you, how did he react to being pregnant? Well, I will just include that bit, if you don't mind.
before that,
Right,
I just
go
want
on.
to say when I found that out, I actually left him and went back
Oh,
to
did
my
you?
mum's.
Right, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
good on you. Good. And go back to your parents?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Because,
I would.
it upset me a lot.
Yeah, because that is a real kick in the teeth coming from what's happened in London.
Yeah.
The circumstances of the relationship, everything.
He said, that's what he was going to do. It wasn't as though I were asking for it or thinking about the money.
Yeah. And the fact that he's blatantly not lied and trying to get himself out, like some men would.
Yeah.
So it's true. You know that's what's really happening, don't you?
Yeah. And that hurt. And I left him for quite a while.
Yeah.
And then I ended up going back.
Yeah.
But by then he started seeing other people, and I was aware of that.
Right, okay.
And this one person, it was.
Were you working still?
Do you know, I actually went to college when we moved back to Sheffield.
Right, yeah.
I went to college and floristry.
Right. Oh, lovely.
Yeah, and I was into that. I loved it. So,
How did that transformation happen? With him being all right, was you not?
Yeah.
Doing it?
Yeah, it was quite a shock to us both.
Yeah,
different.
I bet so. Yeah. I bet you were quite shocked that he's letting this happen.
Yeah, and I think,
so to speak.
But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking,
take it while it's here.
Well, yeah, and is he looking at my mum and dad thinking, they hadn't got money, but they wasn't without.
Yes. Yeah.
Is he looking and thinking, well, they're going to, because the house needed quite a lot of work. It was at Handsworth.
Right.
It was a nice area, but it needed new windows, a kitchen, everything doing to it. And I thought, basically he's just going to let my mum and dad spend money on this house for me. And I just couldn't let that happen.
No, good on you.
Yeah, but anyway, I went back and And
did you tell your mum that he took off the thing or not yet?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
How did they? What advice
they weren't shocked, to be honest.
No,
because they probably knew, what people do.
They always say your parents. They think you should listen to them, but we don't.
No. I think the important things they should have told me about, they never did.
Yeah, and the things that are kind of like trivial, they make,
So, and what he did, he got a loan on the house. He wasn't working at the time.
Yeah.
Well, it was, selling cars, but it wasn't on paper legit.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
sort of, yeah.
So he got
yeah.
the loan on the fact that he got
A house.
Yeah. So if the loan wasn't paid, they could take the property.
Yeah, because I mean, if you've got bloody shit credit rating or you won't
Yeah.
go, as long as you've got an house, you're getting a loan,
Yeah,
aren't you?
yeah.
You know.
You couldn't wait.
Yeah.
And he got £5,000.
Right, which back then was worth a lot more,
Yeah,
isn't
something
it? You
about
know.
in the probably 2000.
Yeah.
Come
on.
And he never spent one penny of that on the house.
Did he not?
No, and it was just wasted.
Right. What sort of going out, taking women out, that sort of
Yeah,
thing?
buying cars. Yeah, that
Yeah.
kind of thing just
Yeah.
went.
Material things like to make
yeah.
him look good.
Yeah, not
yeah.
things that you should be thinking about at his age,
Yeah,
settling
yeah,
down and whatever.
yeah.
And to cut a long story short, he actually lost the house. I wasn't there at the time.
Did he?
Yeah.
Karma, going
Yeah.
back to karma, isn't
That's
it, in
what I'm
part one?
telling
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Lost the house, and I think he ended up owing on it.
How did he lose the house through not paying this?
Yeah.
Defaulting on.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, you actually get that, a gift from the gods.
Yeah. And
And you
because I
would
mean,
say-
come on. I mean, I some of the people on my channel say they've never even heard of it, and they'll even go and research it, thinking that. But obviously, we all know it did happen and everything.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
but what I'm saying is, and the people will be saying, "Wow, I wish that could happen to me."
Yeah.
And somebody's got that there.
Yeah.
Doesn't need to be taking a
Yeah.
loan out, and does.
Yeah.
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 It's
And
wasted opportunity,
Yeah.
isn't it? Very badly.
All right, because his plan was to move to Sheffield and get a house in
Yeah.
his 40s. He wanted to go back.
In
to
fairness, that could have started him off on the property
Well,
market.
that's what I thought we were going to do.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That really could. You get that one ready, you rent it out, you
Yeah, yeah.
and
You
can
couldn't
just-
rent it out for 2 years. You had a contract kind of thing.
Yeah, but I mean that
Yeah.
that is your gateway
Yeah.
into
And me
something,
and my parents
isn't it?
and my dad, we
Yeah.
thought 2 years, do the house up.
Of course,
Get
yeah.
another one, rent
yeah.
that out.
Do it all between
Yeah.
you, so it's not going to cost you the earth. Yeah.
But we just
Didn't
went
look
on
at
the
it like
same
that, did they?
level.
No.
No. And
And that's strange because he's the older one.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You're meant to be the one
I
who
followed him. I
you're-
looked up to him.
You're meant to be the
Yeah.
one who's like, come on, let's go out with that money and our new dress
squander it and gonna do this all night
do you
or
know what I
whatever.
mean?
Yeah, he's
You're-
supposed to know better.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you get a gift like that, and
you just
Yeah.
spoiling it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so and I was about we were going to split up.
Yeah, you could
we weren't
feel it in the
sleeping
war, so to
together.
speak, yeah.
And this one morning before work, he rolled onto me, and I thought, okay, I've got to go to work, not really.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know for a cert that's when my son was conceived,
Right. Okay.
because that's the only time I slept with him.
Yeah,
After that, I left, and
So it's got
Yeah.
to, obviously it was, wasn't it?
yeah. And when I told him I was pregnant,
What was his sort of reaction to that then?
he said that my life won't change. You know that, don't you?
Meaning him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
That was what he said.
So, how many kids has he got up to now? Obviously, your two's not been born, but we'll still count him. So, he's got the first one.
About 8.
What before?
Grown up, yeah.
Bloody hell!
Yeah. When he
Right.
moved to London when he was young, he left children up here.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
So, I don't know why I went for him, because there's nothing in that I respect.
Yeah, he's not sort of shining through
No.
on Plenty of Fish, is he? You know.
No, do you know what I mean? He's not
Yeah.
like...
What
look
sort of
up
made
to
him so?
Yeah, he has kids, but he can't, be there and bring them up, the
Yeah.
important part.
Yeah.
Um,
Because I mean, anybody can make a baby.
Yeah.
It takes a man, doesn't it?
Yeah.
To sort of.
and my dad was
Yeah.
total opposite.
Yeah.
And I often wonder, is that why?
Yeah.
So I will look at it, and then after that, I started being poorly.
Right.
And
Okay.
like I said, I met Paul after we tried
Yeah,
for kids,
yeah,
but
yeah.
they said probably I couldn't have any.
Right.
you know.
What was that down to your illness?
Surgery, yeah.
Yeah. So what was your first illness then? We just got a bit of an idea, and then because what I'm going to do is getting you back to talk about times in hospital and your illnesses. Would that be?
Yeah, that's fine.
But what was the first one that sort of got you on the downward spiral of being ill? Basically, what was your sort of first issue?
It were really hard to pin it down.
A lot of misdiagnosis and a long haul.
Because he'd left.
Yeah.
I sort of like kicked him out because he says like, why can't it be like Saudi Arabia? Because she was actually staying at our house at the time.
Right.
She
Okay.
nowhere to live.
Right. Oh right.
So probably while I was going to work, they were having a quickie on settee.
Wow.
Yeah.
So was that one of his baby mums? That one. Then?
Yeah, that's the one he had 3 children to, and she
Bloody
left
hell.
him, yeah.
Wow.
But I said,
Well-
you know what? A lot of people said to me, you should have punched her.
Oh,
Do you know what? I
she's
just
under
said,
the influence just like you were,
Yeah,
weren't she?
I said-
You know.
you deserve each other, because for
Yeah.
both of you to be dishonest
True, yeah.
You know, like you have.
Yeah.
You're a pair together.
Yeah, just go and be happy, you know.
Yeah.
You know, leave me the
Yeah.
fuck alone, so to speak. Yeah,
and
I
I think
agree.
that, yeah, she'd do it again. You
Was
know.
you ill during your pregnancy?
Yeah.
Or did that go okay? Or
Sort of like later on, 6 months onwards,
Yeah.
I started with really bad diarrhea.
right, okay.
And I went to the hospital.
Yeah,
and
because
they
you know it
said-
weren't just like a 24-hour thing. It was, yeah.
Yeah, and I was getting thinner.
Oh, dear.
And, you know, worried about the baby.
Because you were saying you were thin anyway, weren't you? Back
I've always
then,
been-
you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thin. And they said maybe it could be Crohn's, but while you're pregnant, we can't.
Can't do anything about.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
And he was actually born 5 weeks early.
Oh, right, wow.
And I think that's probably because I was poorly.
Yeah. It very well could
Yeah.
be, couldn't it? Yeah.
So, being left on my own with a baby and going through anxiety and
And
what I
the
was,
illnesses.
yeah,
Yeah.
I just thought maybe it's because of the stress, and that was the point I started using heroin.
Right, okay. So heroin's in, well, yeah.
I've always drunk, but at that time,
But not excessively, or was it excessively?
Oh yeah, very
Yeah,
excessive.
okay.
Like, yeah.
Would you say
Get up in the morning.
an alcoholic?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So how old was you when you was an alcoholic then?
On and off since I was about 14.
Wow.
Yeah, I've always sort of like had
Wow.
a problem with drink.
So there's definitely an underlying issue there, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And heroin came in after your son was born, you say?
Yeah, because at that time drink wasn't a good thing.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what people kind of can't get their head around, or educated, or for whatever. But what do you think's worse, alcohol or heroin?
alcohol.
And they sell that legally in in shops.
I can believe that.
I think because the government do sell it like that,
Yeah.
that's people get the impression that it's okay.
Oh yeah.
Now, you know, years ago, before it happened, if they sold heroin in a shop,
Yeah.
in a pub, and alcohol was bought in the same way, like from a dealer, there would be a very different opinion.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Very different opinion.
I mean, they put it now in pink bottles and you know all these attractive looking
It's
bottles.
attractive.
And, yeah.
I mean, look at that one. I mean, is it Smirnoff that make his vodka
Yeah.
with bits of gold in
I
there?
know.
I mean,
Look right
if that's
attractive
not
and you
just
want to drink it.
if that's not just a wicked thing to take to a party, I don't know what
Yeah.
is. You know.
But it's money. You know how much
Yeah.
the government.
Exactly. Exactly.
Sorry,
No, you're right. Exactly.
Nervous inside. But yeah, because if I'd have carried on drinking, probably, I don't know what would have happened.
Yeah.
But I didn't know a lot about heroin at the time.
Yeah. How did you get on heroin then? Who with?
There was a friend that I'd grown up with and very close, and at that time we reconnected.
Yeah.
And she was coming to stop with me at night at the
right,
house
okay.
and that in,
Yeah.
and day and helping me with my son.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I never even changed the nappy before.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you were.
Yeah, but she, you know, she did take heroin.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I did, you know, try it.
Right.
But I didn't know after 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, you're gonna be stuck with. You're gonna be stuck with it.
I
Yeah.
woke up poorly and I had to go in Asda car park, meet somebody, my friend in Asda car park and smoke a bag.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I
just
couldn't
to feel
believe-
normal,
yeah.
just to be able to even make a bottle, let alone change an nappy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah. Well, so can we sort of get you back on and finish your story off?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. And we're going to get to the point now of after heroin, and I think you're going to interest people very much so. So if you've got a question that you want to ask Sally when she comes on the next, just put them on the comments. And yeah, we'll go from there, guys. Bye.